What's up with the squad? Back with another video. I seen that's how it was going down. Make sure y'all hit that like with the subscribe button for me, please. Before we get in this video, make sure y'all go subscribe to Pop Insider Trends. No, I definitely, you know, one thing about it, not even gonna lie, is that I feel like it's really amazing seeing people do the right things when it comes to putting these ladies in their place. Not even gonna lie. Suing, calling them out, anything. I love it. Trust and believe. Let's get in the video.
But enough was enough. She refused to let The View get away with publicly assassinating her character for ratings, and she wasted no time in lawyering up. Her legal team hit back hard, filing a defamation lawsuit that laid out in meticulous detail exactly how The View had crossed the line from opinion into outright falsehoods meant to damage her reputation. The legal battle was intense, stretching over months as The View and ABC scrambled to defend themselves. They tried to argue that their comments were protected under free speech, but the evidence against them was overwhelming. Melania's lawyers demonstrated how The View had a pattern of targeting conservative women, pushing damaging narratives about them while conveniently avoiding similar scrutiny of left-leaning figures. They brought receipts, examples of past defamatory statements, interviews where the host doubled down on false claims, and proof that their reckless rhetoric wasn't just off-the-cuff banter, but a deliberate attempt to smear people they didn't like.
I have to say, I was surprised when she mentioned his sense of humor. But I'm going to leave that alone and ask y'all the question, will the candidate's spouses getting involved like she just did? What? That's what it says.
And there's more so of jealousy too. Like these women literally hate the positions that they in. Honestly. Like they hate the position that they're in, because if they didn't hate the positions that they was in, then they would actually look, okay, well, what can help, you know, what we support. You know, I'm sure, you know, them being Democrats or whatever, I don't at this point, I don't know. When it comes to Alyssa, I don't really know. But the other ladies, especially Sunny, Whoopi, Joy, helping their party out, you know, doing things, saying things instead of bashing, and that's all they want to do. Bash and talk crazy.
That's what it says. And you know, this is my job. Yeah. So I'm reading it. Yeah. As I said, as she just did, will it make a difference here?
Well, I think when you hear Doug Emhoff, the vice president's, husband, speak about their relationship, I think it's very touching. He is behind her 100%. He's very loving. He spoke at the DNC, and I think he described a person that people wanted to know more about in person. I'm reluctant to comment on other people's marriages because I don't want anybody to comment on mine.
So Sunny is a person, obviously, that her words begin to haunt her. Every time she says something ignorant, it then hunts her. She just said something about Doug Emhoff and Kamala. That's the same person that we just did a review on not too long ago about both of them getting a divorce, just like Barack and Obama. As she mentions all the time that they have this perfect relationship, but there's stuff about, just like the video, if you haven't checked the video that I dropped about the chef, about Jennifer Aniston. But these are relationships that people should look up to, and the relationship that she's admiring. Let's even go even further than this. What we talking about? Look at Sunny Hostin and her husband. She's the same person that constantly says, "Oh, Trump is a felon. He does this and he does that, and the law is the law." But what is her husband going through right now? What's her relationship right now? I mean, come on now.
But they've been married 19 years. Mm-hmm. And in my experience, people that have been married that long are not necessarily polar opposites, right? They have a lot of commonality. And so I think these two are simpatico. I remember that when Joy interviewed Melania on her show in 2011, she backed her husband's birther claims.
That's right. That was on your show.
That was on her show. Right. She questioned Barack Obama's citizenship.
A show that they took away from me. Go ahead.
But she was over it.
You weren't fired.
But I'm not bitter.
You were fired.
Yeah, go ahead. she did that even though she wasn't originally a citizen of this country.
When the verdict finally came in, it was clear that the jury wasn't buying The View's excuses. $900 million in damages. It was an unprecedented ruling, one that will go down in history as one of the most expensive defamation payouts ever. And for ABC, it's nothing short of a financial catastrophe. The View has been one of their flagship shows for decades, but this lawsuit might just be the nail in the coffin. Legal analysts are already saying the network may have no choice but to cancel it altogether, as the financial burden, coupled with the damage to their reputation, is simply too much to recover from. And what about Sunny Hostin? Let's just say she's probably not sleeping well at night. Not only did her reckless words cost her network nearly $1 billion, but she's now facing intense scrutiny from all sides. There are reports that ABC executives are furious, considering whether she should be fired to mitigate the damage. And even if she somehow keeps her job, she's lost whatever credibility she once had. For years, she's positioned herself as the moral authority, the voice of reason who holds powerful figures accountable. But now, she's the one responsible for one of the biggest defamation losses in television history. Who's going to take her seriously after this? Melania, on the other hand, is walking away from this battle stronger than ever. For too long, she's been dismissed and underestimated, treated like she was just along for the ride in Donald Trump's political career. But this lawsuit has shattered that perception. She fought back and won. Big time. She didn't just get an apology or a retraction. She got a settlement so massive that it might just take down an entire show. And in doing so, she set a precedent that could change the entire media landscape. The ripple effects of this case are already being felt across the industry. If The View can be taken down for defamation, what about all the other media outlets that have built their brands on slandering public figures?
And that's why they're I feel like a lot of people are watching a lot of these influencers, a lot of these independent journalists, because rather listen to, somebody that's actually going to give you facts, be real with you, rather than doing a lot for entertainment. You know what I mean? That's how I look at that show. I look at it as comedy and entertainment, because they put out false news. They lie. They make jokes. They don't do nothing but bash people. It's not a real show. It's not news at all.
Next, you can bet that lawyers for other celebrities and political figures are paying close attention, realizing that they no longer have to sit back and let the media destroy their reputations unchecked. And now, as the dust settles, the aftermath of this historic lawsuit is unfolding in real time. ABC executives are scrambling behind closed doors, desperately trying to figure out their next move. The network has already taken a massive financial hit, and industry insiders say that advertisers are quietly pulling out, not wanting to be associated with a show that just cost its parent company nearly $1 billion. Some reports even suggest that The View's days are officially numbered. There's serious talk of canceling the show entirely, or at the very least, doing a massive overhaul that involves firing the most problematic hosts. And let's be real, at the top of that list, Sunny Hostin. Sunny has been suspiciously quiet ever since the verdict came down. Normally, she's the first to double down when she's called out, launching into long-winded, self-righteous defenses about how she's just speaking her truth. But not this time. This time, she's been noticeably absent from social media, ducking interviews and avoiding the public eye altogether. And honestly, can you blame her? She's not just looking at professional disgrace. There's a real possibility that she could be let go from the network entirely. ABC has to weigh its options, and if firing her means
But I feel like they're also letting these women obviously do this, when it comes to ABC, unless they get taken down, with this, because they have said some messed up things, some disrespectful things, threatening things, a lot of the times about, Trump and his family. And if they allow it, I don't know.
What's left of The View's reputation, then she might be sacrificed for the greater good. Meanwhile, the other hosts are reportedly terrified. This lawsuit wasn't just a financial loss, it was a warning shot. If Melania Trump was willing to go after them and win this big, who's next? Because let's not forget, The View has a long, long history of spewing reckless commentary about high-profile figures. And now that the floodgates have opened, other powerful individuals might feel emboldened to take legal action as well. There are already whispers that other lawsuits could be in the works. After all, this wasn't just about Melania. The show has made a habit of trashing public figures, spreading misinformation, and framing it as hot takes. But now that one of their victims has successfully fought back, others might follow suit. And let's not overlook the sheer humiliation of it all. For years, The View has portrayed itself as the moral authority on everything: politics, culture, relationships, you name it. The co-hosts have built their brand on lecturing others, tearing people down, and acting as if they're the final word on truth and justice. But this lawsuit has flipped the script entirely. Now, they're the ones being held accountable. Now, they're the ones being exposed as reckless, biased, and frankly, unprofessional. They spent so much time branding themselves as fearless truth tellers, but when it came time to face the truth about their own actions, they folded. Melania, on the other hand, is thriving. This lawsuit
Definitely
wasn't just about money, it was about respect. And she got it. She proved that she's not some passive political spouse who can be dragged through the mud without consequences. She took on one of the most powerful daytime talk shows in America and won. And now,
Exactly. And I'm telling y'all, if you can do that, I feel like, yeah, definitely. And I feel like it's more, honestly, I'm happy about it. But also, I definitely want to say that at the same time, I feel like more needs to be done. I'm not, here to be, I'm greedy. I feel like more needs to be done for the damage, they have caused. And I'm not trying to make it seem like I'm just being dramatic about it, but they have done a lot of damage. I don't care what nobody has. The things that they have said, when I tell you that when you have a big following, and I've said this before, there are some people that obviously are following what these ladies, following what they saying to do and to react. It's the things that have happened since I've been doing these videos and the things that they have said. I'm telling you, like they are those people that hype individuals up, in a bad way. And it's definitely sad. It's definitely sad. But like I said, definitely major win when it comes to Melania Trump for this. Definitely make sure y'all stay tuned for the next videos. Definitely make sure y'all comment down below. I'm going to try to get to everybody comment as much as possible tonight. But much love to y'all. Catch y'all next one.